Hello everyone. We will start our second masterclass of TEOS today, dedicated to room booking. So welcome everyone and thank you very much for joining us. Our objective today will be really to take you through everything that we can do in terms of solutions, configurations related to our room booking solutions, and of course to take the time to answer all your questions. Before to start, we will just reintroduce ourselves. So my name is Issa, and I'm the head of corporate solutions within Sony, so in charge of all the development, the marketing, and the planning that we do around TEOS, so our corporate solutions within Sony. And I will let Guillaume introduce himself.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Guillaume Fernandez Oliveira, and I am Corporate Solution Architect, so in charge also of the planning of TEOS and more the technical aspects around it.
Thank you, Guillaume. So this session will be around 30 minutes, so ready to take you through a little bit of PowerPoint and much more on the platform itself and the tablet itself, in order for you to be able to really see live how our room booking solutions are configurable, how they work. And we will take the time, of course, at the end to take all your questions and to try to answer as many as possible if we have time. And if not, as usual, we will come back to you if necessary. So just in case, on the bottom right of your panel, you have the possibility to ask questions. So really don't hesitate to do it during the session, and we will take them, of course, at the end of the presentation. So before to start, just to emphasize the facts, so today we will not present anything related to our global corporate solutions or everything which we can do on TEOS. We will really focus on one of our specific add-on, which is the TEOS book and room booking solutions that you can see on the bottom right. Up. If you can go, yes. So before to get into the details, we will just insist a little bit on what has been developed and what is new since the launch of our latest versions, the version 3.0, which is available since May 27. So just for you to know, we spent quite a lot of time and quite a lot of energy in order to develop and to improve and to bring new functionalities to our room booking solutions and really to be able to step up from the perception and from the usage that was possible before, since of course this new release. Just as a few highlights, what we have done, and you will see that in details, and you will see that also on the tablet itself. We have worked on new options for employees to be able to use within the meeting room, like service, in order to call for coffee, for example, or for sandwich or food or anything like this. Incidents, so in case there is an issue with a display or with a projector inside the meeting rooms. Help button also to make sure that we can really simplify the way, to make sure that any type of employee is able to use the room booking tablet without any knowledge or specific things like this. We'll see that in a minute. We have a lot of new templates available. We have developed a dual meeting room solution, meaning that when there is budget issues for customers, you will be now able to use one single tablet and to be able to display two different meeting rooms on it, as you can see on the right side, showing really the information and the availability of each one of those meeting rooms using one tablet, so dividing the price by two for the setup of the hardware. At the same time, we have made improvements, new functionalities, like the time to travel for employees to know where to go. So if the meeting room is booked and if they want to use the room booking tablet in order to book another meeting room, they will see the time to travel and the distance to other meeting rooms, which is a function developed together with the European Council and which is now available for all customers, all of your projects. And at the same time, we have done a lot of different improvements, and you will see that, like the timelines, the configuration, the options to integrate new templates, RFID and NFC, of course, the translations on the tablet, which is something that you will be able to see, of course, if you have the product in front of you. But there is a lot of more of animations and things like this. Translations have been improved. New options are available also for administrator. So a lot of things have been done in the platform. Also, and for the customer to be able to enjoy, we have developed a lot of new different templates which are available inside the platform for every single customer that you will see here. So this is just to show a few examples. So we have done a lot of different designs in different colors with the timeline, with information. And of course, and as usual, like everything that we do in TEOS, if a customer want to customize it, or if you want to really change it, to put your own logo, to put your own meeting room name, to change the background, to put some videos and everything, it's very simple and you can really do it, of course, without any issue and without any problem. So this is something that we will show also in a minute. Now that we have really highlighted what is new in terms of room booking improvements and new functionalities, we will really speak about the workflows which are available in the platform today for the use by customers. Of course, when we offer our room booking solution, it's really our wish that it is really used according to the needs of our customers, meaning that not everybody has the same usage or the same workflow they want, and it is really our responsibility to be able to offer as many workflows as possible to make sure that as a customer, as an employee, you can really do exactly what you want to do using, of course, Sony and TEOS together. Just to highlight some of them before we will go to the platform and to show those configurations. From the room booking tablet itself, you can configure it to be like a room viewing solution. So this is really to show the availability, but nothing else. So for example, for huddle room that you cannot book or things like this, we will just show booked or not booked, available or not available. So just room viewing, basically. We will be able to do some room booking, what we call ad hoc. So this is really to do like instant meetings and nothing more than this, which can be also used for small meeting rooms or huddle rooms as well. The main workflow, which is the one we will really insist on today, which is the room booking with a timeline using the latest template that we provide, but that gives you all the different options that you can have in room booking to book the tablet, to extend the meeting, to start the meeting, to do the check-in, the check-out, to book another time in the day, or to find other rooms to book them. So this is really the complete workflow of the room booking, which can be used both in landscape and in portraits. At the same time, we still have three other different workflows. Dual booking, which is the one we mentioned before, to use one single tablet for two different meeting rooms. And then we have the RFID and like the name verifications options. So this is really to make sure that if someone books a meeting room from a room booking tablet, he is fully identified. And for this, we have two options. One is using like a name verification based on the Active Directory, for example, database or the name of the employees. And the second one, which is the most secure, of course, is using our RFID, taking into account that all the tablets we provide are RFID and NFC compatible in 10H. So as an employee, you'll be able to scan your badge and automatically will recognize you, detect you, and use your name and your credentials to book the meeting room or to do the different options that we want to do. As a side note, of course, we are compatible fully with Exchange, Office 365, Google Calendar, and the TEOS Calendar for the small rooms when there is no other option or no like Microsoft or Google agendas information. So this was really to just do like a small introduction on the different things that we have developed in the new version of TEOS, the version 3.0 around room booking, and to present you the different workflows as a generic introduction, which are now available in the platform. Moving forward, I will let Guillaume now go to the platform and to really present you in details how you can configure the room booking, how it works in TEOS 3.0, and then of course we will show you a little bit of the tablet to see the visual result on an actual template and before we close the session. Thank you, Guillaume.
Thank you very much, Thomas. So I will start directly going into the point about room booking. You may have seen our last session last week about the overview of the platform. So I will go straight into this part. Of course, at the end of the session or in another one, just let us know if you have specific questions. So going today into the specific module, I would like to start first into, let's say, more the interface point of view, what can be configured, and at the same time, what will be in terms of configuration, the rest of the tabs that we will need to go. Going into workplace solutions and room booking, so we will have first the list of the room bookings that can be created for a company. So when I want to create a new room booking interface environment, I go into new room booking, and as you can see, we have in this first tab, when creating this interface, all the different room booking interfaces that has been created for you, for your usages, from a timeline point of view, going to even some templates that are in portrait mode, as well as even templates which are just room viewing or simple room bookings. So that's when I select my room booking type as a single room booking system interface. I have other choices here. As you can see, I can also select a dual room booking interface where we have one interface that is available by default. As a side note, you may have seen the status information inside this dual room booking is not done by the LEDs into the tablet, but by the panel itself, where there is directly the status bars that can be even changed if needed, but at least shown into this interface. For the dual room booking part, I have also the possibility to select it in portrait mode as well, or in landscape, again, depending on your own usages in that aspect. Coming back to the single room booking, in terms of what I need to do here, my target is, of course, to create my first own interface, which I can, of course, customize fully from my my TEOS interface. So I will select just this first one, the blue one. I can affect a name. Most of the case, the idea here, with one template, we will assign all the meeting rooms we want to show this interface through the tablet interface. So meaning that if basically you have different floors where you want to differentiate the interface of the tablets, you will create one per floor. For example, it can be one per building. It's really flexible in that aspect. So I will just create my name template blue. As you can see, we have also some help bubbles information for you to make sure that you understand also all the information inside it. And if I go into the rest of the options inside this workplace solution, I will have the information about the interaction by. So if I want everyone to be able to book, or if I want the organizer only, which means when I want to have the RFID workflow, as well as here, if I want the name to be put, the real name to be put into the tablet, or leaving the possibility to put any type of name when booking the room. I have next options about the multiple language module, which is available and where you can basically select what type of language compatible with TEOS can be enabled. And from this, you will get a new tab, where you will be able to give the translations based on the elements that are provided into the tablet interface. And the last option into this interface is the screensaver. We can enable a screensaver, meaning that until X time before the meeting starts, or after X time before X minutes after the meeting ends, you will be able to show the a signage presentation that you can have to also bring a message from this tablet interface. Other options are the possibility to interrupt while we are showing the signage interface, to give still the possibility to a user to be to book the room for later in the day, or to book the room for now. When doing it, just save your presentation, your template, and you can after go back inside it and here do the your own edition. As you can see here, everything is fully customizable, meaning that you can right click, change the logo, you can change the background, you can move any type of buttons, and you can find also all the different options. This one is really our full let's say template having all the options. You can remove some of them if you are not using them directly from this interface in order to make it more simple for you. Another very nice functionality that we have added by default into the template is the help button. I will show you in a second what is the effect into a tablet directly. So when this part is configured, there is of course still two other aspects to take into account. The first one is to add the agenda into the meeting room, meaning that you need to go in media and data, external data, and from the external data, you can add the new data source. Here, you will select, for example, you can see all the available agendas. You will select, for example, an Office 365 calendar. You will put the room name. You will after need to authenticate. We use OAuth2 method to be able to authenticate with Office 365. For example, and you will put the meeting room name in order to synchronize the meeting room name with the meeting room from Office 365 with TEOS, and after be able to link it into the meeting room. So that's basically the process. You can do it's basically the same with the other agendas. Of course, the methods can be different, but the idea is here. And after doing this, creating the agenda synchronization, you need to go to site management. And under site management and site configuration, it's where we have all the abstraction, all the, let's say, intelligence from a TEOS point of view that we put inside the meeting room. So when going into site configuration, if you have a new device group, so a new meeting room to create, you just click on add device group. If not, of course, you can just edit it. Here, of course, take into account that you will need, of course, to link a meeting room to a floor or to a building, at least, to be able, of course, to get all the functionalities inside TEOS. So I will take just here the meeting room 01 as an example, and when clicking on it, in terms of functionalities, in terms of options, I will find in the first tab just the general information where I can put the meeting name, the meeting room name. This is what is displayed inside my room booking tablet, and I will affect it, of course, inside my site configuration, inside my hierarchy of bookings. Going now into meeting room, really where you have all the elements of the meeting room, you can first select if you want the meeting room to be active or not. For this, let's say, COVID period, we have also developed some functionalities around it in order to simplify for an administrator the possibility to enable or disable a space by, of course, the digital interface. So the tablet will not be usable if the meeting room is disabled. The room type is quite specific. It's for filtering. It's more used into the employee app. You can put a description. You can put, of course, the capacity of the room, which is directly shown into the tablet interface. You have an early check-in and cancel option, meaning that you can give the possibility to a user up to 30 minutes before his meeting starts to check in if nobody is using the room. Like that, he doesn't need to go again back in front of the room to do his check-in. And the cancel time is basically after the meeting starts. So you can give again up to 30 minutes after a meeting starts to do the check-in when you want a manual action that is done from the user. We will see just after in 2 slides what other options we have on that aspect. For the unavailability after each meeting, so this option is used when you have TEOS calendar, and you can enable it only with TEOS calendar to basically give a reason like a cleaning of the room, and this will be shown directly into the tablet. We will, of course, add in the future the possibility for other calendars to make this unavailability after each meetings available. We can allow special services. Actually, we will see that directly in the service and catering tab and the incident management tab. We have here the most important part where we link the room booking interface, so the template that we just created with this room. We can give also the find another room based localization, basically what will be shown when clicking on search for another room, the meeting room calendar that we just created as well, and that's mainly it. For the rest, we will see that in other sessions where we talk about other options that we can have into the interface. For default schedules, this is just an interesting functionality where basically you can have a booking of a master room, which will automatically book the rooms which can inherit from the master room the booking. So this is or from a floor to block also for specific events rooms. The travel time is something that we will see also more into another session, which is shown into the employee app, so into the app from the user interface. We have that also shown into the find another room. Into the table, we can find how much time it can take from the room where I am, which is already used, and where I want to go into the other room, the time that it can take. And here the service and catering. So into those 2 sections, we have basically the possibility to select the service and the catering that we create inside the site management, I will show you in a second, and to assign the email address where we will send this request from the user automatically. So you can imagine it can be a service@company.com or whatever. So it's an email, and basically, of course, by sending an email, you may know also if you use a ServiceNow type of or Jira type of platforms, they can take automatically an email and create a ticket based on that. So just in a second to show you what type of options you have when doing the service and catering, the configuration, you can create fully the service and catering configuration, meaning that you can assign by creating the catering, you can create a product or of course several products, adding into it the name, the description, so you can add any type of description and an image. And we will see just after the what is the outcome into a tablet, how it is shown. So that's of course in a nutshell what is possible to do. For incident is also quite similar. You can define for an incident the type of incident, the category, and a description of the incident, adding a picture if you want to, in order to show it into the tablet interface and to give the possibility to the employee to feedback that when something is happening into a room. So that's really, in a nutshell, where configuration is done into TEOS. And when doing this configuration, the last step, in just a second, you go to a AV device, and the last step is of course into your tablet that you have added, whether from a cloud point of view or whether using the on-premise version of TEOS. You just need to assign the tablet to the meeting room, and automatically the tablet, having also a configuration inside the tablet, which is here pushing the fact that the tablet is in meeting room type of usage. You assign it to the right device localization, to the meeting room we just created, and it will show automatically into the tablet the right interface and all your configuration, and there is no more actions to do from an administrator point of view. I let you up, Thomas, go back into the
Thank you,
slide.
Guillaume. But if you want, actually, well, yeah. Okay, so very shortly, and then we'll show you on the tablet because the time is running up. So just for you to know, as an employee, when basically you would like to book a meeting, and it will be like the same to start a meeting, we offer within TEOS different options. So you can do it really from your mobile or your computer using Outlook directly with add-in, for example, or the employee application that we will also show you in a different session. You can use it, you can book it directly from the tablet interface. This is something that we are going to show you in a minute. And then for some cases, we have more advanced scenarios where we can do like automatic booking and automatic check-in, which is the next slide, for you to be able to configure automation scenario within TEOS to tell that, okay, if someone enters inside the meeting room, so this is detected by the sensor, automatically we can book a meeting in the meeting room. So this is something which can be also used very simply for like huddle room and small rooms when you just want to show the availability in live to other employees. So this is something which is pretty easy to do. Now, due to the time, we will move quickly to the tablet itself, just to show you a little bit more into the detail, the user interface or the employee interface from the tablet itself, using a TeamViewer directly logged on the tablet interface. So you cannot really see the LED on the side and things like this, but really to show the interface, just for you to see a little bit how it works from a really like a employee point of view.
So as a first start, as you can see, I am connected in TeamViewer to my tablet. We just wanted to show you the first option, which is the help button. This help button, when you click on it, basically you see that some small descriptions will be added in each of the buttons. This is done by default. Again, it's something that you can fully customize by yourself. And as you have been able to see, as soon as I click, after a while, this is configurable into the system. You can, I mean, the bubbles will disappear. So this is for the help button. In terms of other options, so we have the incident report option. So as you have been able to see from my configuration, the incident report was having this type of functionality, quality with display off, etc. In that case, we decided to not put images. It's of course just as a test to show how it works. We have another one with an example. If here I want to report, I just select sound off, for example, because I can't hear sound. I can also define the priority level of it, and I will report basically the information, adding a description that I can add, for example. And when I submit, automatically the system will send an email, and we get the email, the information as a pop-up. So that's for the re-reporting incident. For the service, we have also, and here we see nice pictures about what we can request as a user. So this is something where basically when I click on the plus button, I will add the quantity, and I can again send my request with the quantity and adding extra information if I want to ask for more service on it. This is of course in a tablet where in my workflow I have no RFID type of authentication. In an RFID type of authentication, all the interface is fully blocked, apart of course from the help button, and you need to authenticate to be able to make any actions on it. Now going into the most interesting part, so you can see here we have a timeline. From the timeline, you can directly click on it and have into the interface of the tablet the possibility to put your meeting name. So I will just put meeting tech. From the tablet, I can insert my name. Again, if I was having an RFID card, my name is directly added into the system. If not, I can have also here the option, if my user account is created in TEOS, to select my user. I select when I want my meeting to start, when I want my meeting to end. It's configurable, so here I can change it directly from TEOS, and I will be able basically to do my booking. So I confirm, I get the message that my booking has been successfully confirmed, it's closing, and I will get of course the information inside my tablet, and my LEDs will come red. I have the option to extend and to cancel, of course, my meeting. And the last part, if the meeting room is booked, I will see directly inside the search room or find another room the possibility to see the status of the other rooms, as well as their capacity, the travel time, how much time it can take to arrive there, the first availability of the room, and the possibility to book directly the other room from this room, basically. That's really, again, to show you on a wide aspect and with this limited time, what is possible to do inside our solution TEOS. Of course, if you want any more specific details, please let us know. Don't hesitate to ask any question at the end of the session as well.
Thank you very much, Guillaume. And indeed, what you have seen here is really like the platform itself and the tablet itself. So we are really playing with an actual hardware. So also in terms of time of perception, so meaning when you press and when the information is displayed and everything, this is like an actual product, so it is not, sorry, a simulation. The only thing you have not been able to see right now is the LED on the side, which turn green to red and red to green. But this is something we can demonstrate, of course, later on events. And of course, if you want to book demo units, you can ask us without any issue. If we can go back just to conclude on the slide, Guillaume, perfect.
Yes.
So we didn't show you here on the platform, but please be aware that there is, of course, a full analytics and statistics options within TEOS available. So when you're in the global overview, you can really see the number of meeting rooms you have, the average booking time, the number of meetings which started late, so how many percentage of them, the average duration. You can see also the no-show, so how many people book a meeting but never showed to the meeting room and so on. You can of course filter by date, by period, by site, by meeting rooms, by floors, by anything you want. The idea is really to make sure that we provide the right information to the facility management to take the best decision in terms of number of meeting rooms they have, in terms of education of their employees, in terms of size of the meeting rooms, and so on. Taking into account, and this we will see in another session, we can also provide information of how much time meeting room presentation was displayed, how much time an HDMI input was displayed, how much time TEOS Connect was displayed, and so on, really to provide the best data we can in terms of meeting room usage and occupation. All of this is, of course, available now in TEOS and can be purchased for any type of project. As we have presented you last time and last week, we are providing 3 different offers. A basic one, which is really our SMB cloud for 1,000 euros per year. And then, of course, the enterprise options with the full options and the full everything which is available in the platform. Just in terms of price, we didn't really speak too much about hardware today, but for you to know, tablet 10-inch with LED on the side, green and red, and built-in RFID is at 450 euro approximative price, and the license itself to use room booking is 120. So basically, for just 570, you can enjoy a full room booking solution in front of a meeting room for employees to be able to use and to play with it. This was the end of the room booking masterclass. So we, of course, thank you very much for joining us today. We will take a few questions that we have, like in a couple of minutes that we have left before we close the session. But before we do that, just as a reminder, next week, same time, we will have the Flex Office masterclass, where we will do the same type of presentation, mixing a little bit of what has been developed new in TEOS to show you the platform and the configuration, and of course the product when it's possible. And we'll focus really on Flex Office, so the desk booking, the employee app, the Outlook add-in, to really show you everything which can be used by employees in order to be part of a flexible workplace in 2021. So thank you very much, Guillaume, for this. We don't have much time because it's already 11:30 in French time and 10:30 in UK time. So we'll just take 2 or 3 questions which has been sent during the presentation. And at the same time, and as a reminder, don't hesitate if you have any more questions, because we will come back to you by email in any case. We have questions about the translation. So what was the button of translations in the TEOS interface for the configuration? So just for you to know, as a company, as a facility manager, as a communication manager, as anyone, you can add any type of text in a template itself. So if you want to put, like some specific information for employee, to change the help button and everything, and in TEOS, we give you the possibility to translate by yourself if you want to, those words that you will add yourself as well, because of course they are not part of the original template. Like this, if you use a room booking tablet in French, English, and German, you can make sure that any text you add will be translated also in the other languages, as Guillaume is showing you right now.
Yes. In parallel, just for you to know, there is also what we call the native translations, where by putting the tablet in one of the language compatible with TEOS, the tablet will show directly, including the pop-ups, etc., the interface into the local language based on our TEOS translations database.
Thank you, Guillaume. Will the travel time will be also displayed on the wayfinding? So as of today, in this release of the version 3.0, no, it has not been done, because we really focused on 4 of our most important add-ons, which are the room booking, the signage, the TEOS Connect, and the meeting display. However, and this we might do like a session later on after those masterclass series, we are now working on 2 extra add-ons to bring them into the same level as the room booking that we showed you today, which are the reception and the wayfinding. So we'll bring those options and everything which has been done new, not only the travel time, but also like the service, the incidents, the help, and all of this into our other add-ons, including of course the reception and the wayfinding. In the editing page, is there a snap to grid option? So yes, there is. It's a little bit like in PowerPoint, the way it works. And will we support, and this will be the last question, so this was like the first one that we received, will we support Teams booking panel in the near future? So of course, within TEOS, it is really our objective to be as compatible with as many devices and brands as possible. It is the case today on the AV device, like all the displays, not only from Sony, but Samsung, LG, Philips, Panasonic, same for the projector with Epson and everything. We are now compatible with a lot of different Android tablets. And of course, we are discussing with companies such as Microsoft, such as also Cisco, for the Cisco panel, in order to work with API and to see what we can do to control and to do like more advanced collaboration. Teams is a big part of our focus, taking into account how much it is used in corporate companies today. And same for this, we will share you in the near future some information about what we are doing on that aspect, taking into account that we are not working only on the panel itself, but also, of course, on bringing some more usage with Teams and other applications, like in the reception to be able to use Teams to call, for example, the employee that you visit as a guest, or in signage to use Teams in order to send some signage content. All of this will be shared separately to you in a later session. So thank you very much, everyone. So this is really the end of the session. Thank you, Guillaume, as well, very much for the presentation and the guidance inside the platform and tablet itself. We hope that you enjoyed this session, that it's also bring a little bit more clarity into our room booking solution. Don't hesitate to contact us separately or to contact, of course, your account manager, your team, your Sony key members. If you have any questions or any comments, we will be, in any case, very happy to support you. And of course, we wish you like a very good end of the day, a very good end of the week, and we will speak to you next Tuesday, same time, for the Flex Office Masterclass. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Have a nice day.